What's happening, everybody? This is Chris Nelson.
And I'm Miss Shinelle Graves.
And we are here working on the African song for her play, the play called Africa's Promise.
Yes.
Miss Shinelle Graves, so tell us more about the play.
All right, so the play Africa's Promise is about an African princess named Amina who struggles with accepting who she is. She's a princess, she's royal, but she doesn't like the royal lifestyle, so she's really rebellious. And it isn't until she loses everything that she realizes the importance of it all, the importance of family, the importance of culture, and entitlement. So as we follow her life, we also follow the African diaspora, us traveling from Africa to America, and it shows our history. A lot of people think that Black history started with slavery, but this just proves that there was and still is kings and queens who are ruling in Africa
Many years ago.
They've done it many years ago, and there are still
Decades.
there are some that still exist now. But it shows us in a different light. It shows us as being powerful, unstoppable. It shows us in a happy place.
Yes.
They always show the negative side of our history, which was slavery, but we were happy at one point, So it just, like I said, it starts in Africa and it goes to America. But like I said, as we follow her history, we follow our history as well as African Americans traveling from Africa to America, enduring slavery, being sold on plantations, and the hardships that we faced on the plantations, and then trying to rise back up and reclaim what is ours, just as Africa, as Amina does in the play, by doing demonstrations, just as we've done in history with civil rights movements, and then it shows the importance of education, and so we have an all-children cast, and you see all the kids doing this, and while they're doing it, it's also allowing them to learn about their roots, learn about their culture, and really be a part of it, be a part of history. So I think that's the most important thing.
What made you actually get inspired to write this play?
Well, when I wrote this in 2013, I had just finished with Temple, and when I was at Temple, I did, just as you did, I took a lot of African American courses, African studies, and learned more about my roots, because it's always good to know where you come from. It's always good to know your history, and I fell in love with it. And I was working on different projects, and I said, I never did a Black history production, and I said, I think this might be something different for me to do, but I don't want it to be like the normal. I wanted to gather all the information of our history and put it in one play in a unique way, for kids to understand, as well as the parents and the grandparents being able to relate to, or things that the parents and grandparents know about, or things that came to their discovery as well. So I think that's where it all came from. And when I start writing, it's like no stopping. Like I think I wrote it I wrote it in one day. Now, of course, I had to make some edits, but I was able to write it in one day. Because it was one of those kind of things, I was able to gather different information and just go in writing for hours, and then I made the cuts that I needed to make and made the adjustments. But when I did my first draft, it was just like in one day, I was just like in my zone. I was just like picturing it as I was writing it. Like the pictures of different scenes were coming to my mind, and I didn't come up with the name of the play until the end. Sometimes when I write a play, I'll come up with the name and then have a story behind it. But this particular moment, I started writing it. And then when I got to the end of it, I was like, well, what do I want people to get out of it? And it was just like Africa. And even though we know Africa as being a place, when Africa's Promise means, we're talking about the girl Africa. Amina, she adopted the name Africa because she stayed connected to her roots, and you'll hear that close to the end of the play. And she writes a promise at the end, and she recites her promise. I don't want to give away all of it. I don't know when he's posting this. Hopefully, so that's the story behind Africa's Promise.
Well, I want to say thank you for inviting me to be a part of it as a musical director for this play, and it's a wonderful experience. And I wish you many blessings along the way with this play and future endeavors.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have you, Chris. Chris has been a blessing thus far with, helping me musically, because I'm used to doing it all as a director, and coming from a musical family. I think out of all my siblings, I'm the one that has I can't be put in a box. Like I have multiple talents. I'm not I'm just not in one area. So
I'm the same way. I come from a musical family and oh my gosh, writers, singers, musicians. So I think it was meant for this to happen at such an occasion like this, especially at a time like this. You know what I mean? So, I
can't forget the choreographer Tori. She's not here, but
she's not here.
She's a dynamic teacher as well.
Awesome.
She's teaching them some African, and they get to learn some jazz dance. So we're keeping it close to the roots, and expanding it and letting these kids really know their culture and their history. And you can tell that they're really enjoying it through rehearsals. You can just see the love and the joy in their faces to be a part of something such as this.
So what do you think about the arts, everything that's happening right now in the United States, with arts being troubled or being almost taken out of schools, public schools? What do you think about that?
It's sad. It's sad and sickening, because I know for me as a child, the arts was what I had. It was it was there for me to vent. It was my venting location. Because I was real sheltered. I was real shy and quiet as a child, and I didn't have people to go to talk to, or to be able to handle different things. So the arts was there for me to express myself, and I think it still holds the same power, if not even more today, because of what's going on, and the violence and the crime, and the list goes on with all the stuff that's going on today. So with all that going on today, I just think that it makes it even better that we have the opportunity to really give these kids the opportunity to express themselves. But as far as them taking the arts out of the schools, it's really sad, because these kids, they're missing out. Like, the arts have the ability to really change the kids and allow them to express themselves. And kids that I've worked with over the years, I see them continuing to pursue the arts and going to high schools, because they feel a joy and love in it. It's not considered a recreational thing anymore. It's becoming a profession for them. So,
on that note, we're out. I love you guys. Stay strong. Thank you, Shinelle Graves, again for this interview, and I'm looking forward to April 23rd. That's the actual date for the play production. April 23rd.
All right, April 23rd at 4 o'clock. Don't be late.
Where's it going to be at again?
It's going to be at the Venice Island Performing Arts Center at 7 Locke Street, and that's in Manioc. Tickets are available on Eventbrite. You can also contact me or Mr. Chris if you need some further information.
Philadelphia, PA.
All right.
Peace.
Thank you.